liked that you gave Dak a B-, but this is about Tom Brady here, and I'd like to know your letter grade on his performance.
I'm gonna give Tom a strong B+. You know, the fact that he's 42 years old and playing in those type of conditions, it's cold, it's raining, and how many times have we heard him reiterate that he's a machine in cold weather and then goes out and prove it? Lack of weapons, don't have his top guys on the field, a bunch of guys hurt, injuries everywhere, and he still finds a way to get it done. Tom comes into the game with a mindset. He has a plan on how he's going to annihilate the defense, how he's going to beat the defense. And to be able to do it at 42 years old, his body has to feel different. Different than Dak Prescott at the age of, what, 25, 26.
Gotta feel different.
And then you do everything right.
Got beat by dad.
To win the football game.
Man,
the reason he gets
to be Dak Prescott's dad.
The W is everything. And, you know, what can I say? Tom Brady, you know, he just continues to show us why he's the greatest quarterback of all time. And to be able to go out there in that type of weather and find a way to win, whatever it took, he did it.
I don't even need to speak in this topic.
You're good?
Because it's over, right?
I gave him a
What's
C.
left?
I gave him a C because he did win the ball game. I think the thing is with Tom is Tom understands the game, and he feels out early on what type of game it's going to take from him to win the game. I look at Tom Brady like a guy that's a professional test taker. And he realized that I'm only going to get graded on the answers that I answer. I don't need to answer all 1,000, Skip. I just need, like the SAT. Let me answer the ones that I need to and get those right. So Tom Brady's not out there trying to throw the ball all over the field. He's like, you know what? This is going to be a low-scoring game. A mistake will be very, very costly.
That's a fact.
And he says, you know what? I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
I'm going to take these dump downs. I mean, he doesn't put the ball in harm's way. I don't think there was ever a chance that the Cowboys could have got an interception. He made the one throw down the field, really, Skip, to N'Keal Harry, which was 10-yard touchdown. And really, that was all they needed. He understands how to manage and methodically go about his business without trying to be impressive, not overly doing too much, and he does not let the elements. He does not use that as an excuse.
Never.
Like we're starting to hear a lot of people use that as an excuse. At the end of the day, all I need to know, did you get the win or did you get the L? And Tom Brady came out there with a win. But, I mean, you look at his numbers. I mean, he was off on 20 throws. He's like, you know what, hey, he faced relentless pressure, but it started to wane down, started to dissipate, and I think it kind of wore him down at the end because the Cowboys still had 2 timeouts, and they could have gotten the ball back. But in 2 runs, Sonny Michel ended the ball game. And I thought that was because Tom Brady did a great job of passing the ball. But you have to understand what you're against. See, Skip, they don't beat themselves. I watched a situation, and I think it's Dion Lewis. I think Lewis. I forget what's the
James White.
No, Lewis for the Cowboys. The second defender.
Jordan
Lewis. Skip, they got bracketed. Now he has inside coverage.
27.
Yes. He's playing 27. He got Woods over the top. All he must do, because he has inside help, is stay on his upfield shoulder. Edelman comes up, wiggles him to the
play. I know it.
Wiggles
It's a big throw.
Wiggles him to the post and gets to the 7 route. Dude, I don't care. Woods, that's you.
I know.
Yeah.
You got to have tighter.
Responsibility.
That's where you play bracket coverage, where you're.
Look, if they're playing 22 man, you jump inside, and so who cares?
Yep.
And then you know the guy has to be over the top.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. You can't have outside leverage. The guy give you a nod to the middle, you jump the middle, and then he runs the 7 route. Just run to the upfield shoulder.
It sounds like you just made a case for a B+, and you gave him a C.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
No, I know. Skip. It's not Tom Brady's fault. You guys don't know your responsibility. I guarantee you, when Coach Belichick defense play and they know they got upfield shoulder, they don't care about no nods to the post. They run to that upfield shoulder.
Do they take care of their responsibility?
That's it.
Well, I'm going to be objective about a quarterback I have loved from the start of his career, and I'm going to give him a B for yesterday because degree of difficulty was off the charts once again for Tom Brady because not only did he not have Gronk and AB and Josh Gordon, but he's already lost Sanu to injury, and now he's lost Philip Dorsett to injury. It's just impossibly hard. It's really Edelman or bust. And Julian Edelman is really tough. He's tough mentally. He's tough physically. He's talking trash to everybody who tries to tackle him. And he just fuels himself by talking to everybody. He's talking to Jalen Smith all day. They're getting into it. And Jalen Smith's not even a trash talker. He's a good guy. But the point is, that's really all you have. and yet you had one N'Keal Harry sighting the whole day. He caught one ball the whole day. This is their first-round pick, their rookie out of Arizona State.
Yep.
Arizona State. Way
You've
to
been
go, Herman
waiting for him.
Edwards.
Oh.
Big win. The other
What a
big win
win.
over Oregon. Way to go, Herm. But the point was, that was a really big-time throw from Tom Brady.
Yes.
And they capitalized on the block punt. And he threw a strike a little high and outside, but it was right where N'Keal Harry could just turn and snatch it. And that's a throw. That's
back shoulder throw.
It is a good back shoulder, and it's really a game-winning throw because, as it turned out, that was it, man.
It's a game.
That's it, right? That's the only touchdown. So in the end, my quarterback didn't throw a touchdown pass and did throw one interception, trying to force it off a bobbled shotgun snap to 19 to Amari Cooper, and you know who's picked it off.
Well, he was late with the ball. He put out in front of it. Gilmore couldn't have got it.
He was late to find him because the ball's tipped up over his head. You know how if you lose track of somebody, you
And those lights is tough.
Well, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
Well, the snap's high.
My coach just say, son, don't you make a situation worse. I mean, he already run the.
You could argue you should have just eaten that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Or throw it out of bounds, Skip.
Okay.
You don't exacerbate a
You could
situation.
have, but he made one mistake, and Tom Brady made no mistakes and one touchdown pass, and that's really the football game, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Skip, it's kind of like you're in a relationship. You don't come home late and then start an argument. You already came home late. Why are you going to exacerbate a situation by starting an argument? You already behind the 8-ball, Skip, because the ball got bobbled. Why would you exacerbate a situation by trying to throw it late over the middle?
Okay.
And the Dallas defense is one of the best in the league, too. And then you got Tom Brady under heavy duress.
Got it.
Still hanging in there.
Got
Gas
it.
hanging all over him. He's still
Hanging
throwing the
all over him.
football.
Did he turn-
13.
Did he turn over?
And you
Sack, fumble?
all I need. How many
to
games?
fight for the
Let me ask you a question.
Fight for
How
everything.
many games you think a team could win if a defense hold them to 13 or fewer? Because that's what they did. That's what they held Tom Brady to
What are
13
the
or fewer.
conditions? You got to know the
I
conditions.
don't care what
'cause
conditions.
It's just as hard for the other team to score in the driving rain as you.
They scored more than you.
Okay.
And Jerry Jones said that you got more talent. Jerry Jones said, I got more talent than that team.
Well, I
definitely
told
recognizable.
you. It looked like to me last night like my team would have won on a dry night.
Your team
Just
wouldn't
looked like my
your team wouldn't have won on the moon. Your team wouldn't have won in underground. I don't care what the conditions were.
Yeah.
Your team not
And
winning.
you know what? You got to give it up for Tom Brady because I loved what the great Troy Aikman did say on Fox. If we could hear this was about 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
What do you say?
And Joe Buck asked him about you. You're very impressed with the way Tom has played so far this year. Talking about the year. If we could hear this, please.
I think he's had no running game. The offensive line has struggled. The receivers, as I've talked about, as everybody knows who follows this team, they got Julian Edelman and James White, and that's kind of now N'Keal Harry, of course, but it's been tough sledding, and he's missed guys. He's not played great, but considering all of that, I think he has been awesome in the way he's been able to manage the game to help them get to 9-1.
Awesome in the way he has.
He hadn't played great.
And played
He
great.
hadn't played
He
great.
hasn't played great.
No, but you said he played great. That's what I've been
I
pointing
didn't
out.
say great.
I've been pointing out. Come on, talk to me, Troy.
10-1.
That's what I
And you
mean.
can't be
It's hard
10-1
to
without
say
some
that.
quarterback
Yeah.
play.
But here's my problem. Is because what they say is offensive line is this and no running game. Did they mention the running game against Kansas City in the AFC Championship game when Sonny Michel went bonkers? Did they mention anything about the running game in the Super Bowl? All they say is Tom Brady. But see, now he's struggling. It's the running game, the protection, those wide receivers. He's still those same wide receivers he's been throwing to his whole career. No big names, with the exception of Randy Moss. That's what made him Tom Brady. But now he's struggling.
Question: did Sony Michel run for 3 third and 10 conversions at Kansas City
You
in
see?
overtime?
3-13 conversions.
Three third and tens? Who does that?
But what about what about the 200 rush yards he had? What about those 200 rush yards they had as a team?
Yeah.
What about what did Brady do in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That 26 QBR?
Yeah.
That no touchdowns and interceptions?
Who were 2 of those third and 10 conversions to at Kansas City in the overtime?
Julian,
Bob Gronkowski.
is Edelman there?
Not there.
I want to know who's the MVP in the Super Bowl. I just want to know who's the MVP because I know a lot of Super Bowl MVP. Is he still there?
Regardless of what, you have to be mentally tough. And Tom Brady proved that he's different from every other quarterback in the league mentally. To be able to go out and win these games the way he do.
And he
without,
loved it. He loves it.
I mean,
he
it's
thrives
like
in
he
these
thrives
moments.
in
Yeah,
this
and
situation.
that's what makes it so difficult for dome teams to go into playoff skip on the road on adverse conditions.
That's the truth.
Because Tom They practicing that. You try to come to Denver, we practice in the snow. We practice in the elements.
Yep.
So we're at an advantage. If it comes that time in a playoff game, we're going to have a decided advantage over
Most
you
likely
guys.
it will.
Yeah, I
And
hadn't
so-
realized that he
But
really had only put
if you're that guy, what Skip said he is, Skip, I need the guy to deliver us out of Egypt. I need to deliver us out of harm's way. We was in harm's way yesterday with the element, and I needed
Which guy are you talking about?
Dak.
Oh, Dak.
I needed Dak to
guy?
deliver us.
Dak.
I needed Dak to deliver us.
You mean Moses?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he was supposed to be, but
Dakota Moses.
no, he didn't.
Yep.
He's got a
No,
lot of names
he didn't.
around here.
He didn't deliver us, Skip, and I'm sorry.
Okay, Michael, appreciate you being
Thank
here.
you.
We are
This
going
is
to
fun.
keep talking about the Patriots. And, you know, James Harrison is here. He
Yep.
knows what it's like. Are the Patriots unbeatable in bad weather? I want to hear what he has to say next.